Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Miss May. On my channel I do a variety of lifestyle videos, vlog videos, and different food review videos. Oh my gosh, Nala is my camera. So if this is the first time in my channel, I usually do food review videos and sometimes the vlogs, but previously on my channel I actually shared my experience adopting a stray cat, and a lot of you guys found it very helpful, and I have some news to you. So we actually have another cat now. Oh, ta-da! Meet Nala. This is our Nala, our girl. We actually just adopted her. Okay, so the story of adopting Nala is actually very similar to the story we adopted Simba. So if you didn't know, just to catch you up, we already have a cat, and our Simba cat, I'll insert a picture of him right here. Oops. I'll insert a picture of him right here. Oops. So our Simba cat, he is a boy, and we adopted him from our previous neighborhood. He was like a neighborhood stray cat, and one night we were taking a walk after 10 p.m. It was a late night walk, and Simba found us, and Simba just fell in love with me, and he just rubbed his head all around my legs, and of course he followed me home. And Simba is a boy, and Simba is kind of a difficult cat. Like, he is so aggressive. Even up until this day, I still feel like Simba is pretty aggressive. It's a little bit harder for us sometimes when it comes to dealing with Simba, because it's just, he doesn't listen to us. So that's one of the things when you adopted a stray, sometimes they're very aggressive, kind of mean, because they probably had a hard life on the street. Okay, so story goes, on Thursday night, we were actually taking another walk in our new neighborhood, and we just heard meow, 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 meow. Like, we just heard meow, 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 meow. Like, so we didn't know where it come from. Like, there was no cat around us, but we were like, maybe Simba got out of the house and followed us out. Like, we were just like looking around because it was like very soft meow. And out of the bushes came out this cat. Meet Nala. She's a girl, as you can tell. She's a girl. So she is a girl. So she started to follow us, and the difference between her and Simba is that she's very gentle. Like, from day one, she was like, of course, rubbing her head all around my legs and her tails and everything. You can tell she loves me. But I think another thing is, like, you can touch her immediately. Of course, I didn't touch her as much because I was afraid that maybe there's fleas or other worms and stuff. So when we first got this cat, I was a little bit worried. So I quarantined her in like our home office area, so she doesn't, like, if she has anything contagious, like, she doesn't give it to our cat. So this cat is very special because I don't know if it's because of girl or because, like, it's just she has this great temperament. When we were walking this cat, she ran into a dog on the leash, and then of course the dog was growling at the cat was hissing back, and the owner of the dog didn't really do much because the owner was like, probably you're walking your cat, but the cat is actually not on leash. But I used my voice to direct Nala, and she actually understood, and she just followed me. So you can tell she is a Siamese, and she is very, very skinny. She's getting a little bit better, but she's like very, very skinny. When we first got this cat, of course, we were thinking like maybe it's someone else's cat, but based on her like fur and her weight, she was too skinny almost to be like someone else's cat, for one. And another thing is her coat is not very good. So definitely those are the signs that this is probably just a stray, not like someone else's outdoor cat, because even if it's an outdoor cat, like, someone will feed the outdoor cat, right? We just adopted her, so we took her to the vet. We checked if there's any chip or anything to make sure, like, if she's not someone else's cat, and she's not neutered, and she's 2 years old. Can you believe it? She's so small compared to our Simba cat. She looks just like our Simba cat at 9 months, but Siamese, they're usually smaller and more slender, but she was like way more skinny. And of course, she is not neutered. And to my surprise, actually, like Simba was actually neutered by a shelter when we got Simba. So Simba actually socialized with human, but he's so aggressive. But Nala, on the other hand, even though she is a stray, she's just such a good temper. As you can tell, she's all around me, loving me, and she never scratched me or hiss at me or bite me, like never ever. Like that's what Simba did like for the longest time. But this cat, like, she just like never did any of these things. And I felt comfortable enough to give her a bath. So in today's video, look, she's kneading on me. And then when you raise your hand, like she's just like all over you. I love that. If you are thinking about adopting a new cat, if you found a stray cat from adopting 2 cats, here are the things I want to share with you. Hopefully this video can be helpful to you. Okay, so the first thing is when you see a stray cat outdoor, like when you're taking walks and stuff, they may approach you. And you may wonder if this is a stray cat or if this is a feral cat. So the difference between stray and feral is that feral cats are wild cats. Feral cats, they're wild cats. Like they don't socialize with human normally, and they're just like a wild animal, and they don't necessarily need you to help them because they know how to fetch for food, shelter. Feral cats, but sometimes come in groups, versus stray cats usually don't get along with feral cats. Like they usually come in single, and they will approach human themselves because they feel hungry, they need shelter. So if a cat was previously socialized and then abandoned for some reason or got lost for some reason, they don't know how to fetch for food, and without human being, they're probably not gonna survive. So some stray cats will eventually turn into a feral cats. They will start to find their cat group, learn how to find food and stuff, but it also depends on the neighborhoods and the environment. So in our previous neighborhoods, we actually have a lot of feral cats because I think a shelter was actively neutering cats and putting the cats back to the neighborhood so the neighborhood will help them. They eat some small animals, they eat some trash. So we saw a lot of cats, like they have their ear clipped or they have some green tattoos from certain shelters. And usually those cats, they see me and they always keep a distance. So a lot of feral cats used to be like stray cats, but eventually they just become a feral cat. So if you see a feral cat, they don't approach you, please don't approach them because they may scratch you, they may bite you, they may carry certain diseases. So you definitely don't want to be close to the feral cats. But stray cats are usually way more sociable, they're way more friendly, they love human because they had this human interaction, and most likely their human interactions were positive. So when you see a stray cat, they will approach you and they will meow at you, wrap their head around you, wrap their tail around you, and they will try to follow you around, and they also respond to your voice. When you talk to them or give them directions, they usually understand. So if you happen to see a stray cat, try to help them. Even if you don't adopt them, you can bring some cat food out, like you can probably just help them, or just have an outdoor cat. Stray cats definitely need help. She was so skinny when I found her. Oh, she's still skinny, but I think her coat is actually a little bit better because when I first found her, she was just like so skinny and she was losing her furs for sure, and she's probably very, very hungry when she just first met me. So she's just so sweet. She's so sweet. So sometimes like people have this misconception of stray cats being aggressive. Stray cats can be aggressive because they learn to be tough to be on the street, but it also depends on the cats and cat's personality. Male cats, they're more dominant, they're more active, and sometimes they could be a little bit more aggressive. Feral cats, they could be like a little bit more passive. This cat, or Nala, is way different from Simba, like way different. So she will cuddle with you, she will jump at you. It also depends on their previous relationship with human. So if a stray cat was previously hurt by a human, by their previous owner, abandoned, or like if they had a rough previous life, of course they're gonna be a little bit more aggressive. Also, their relationship with other cats affect how they interact with other cats as well. So in my previous neighborhood, there are a lot of feral cats, there are a lot of stray cats. So our Simba is very aggressive among other cats. versus this one, since there are not many stray cats in our neighborhood, there are not many stray cats in our neighborhood, so Nala probably doesn't have to like, so she's pretty gentle. She never hits at Simba or anything. She's like genuinely very scared. So there are two factors. The first one is of course the cat's personality and gender, and the second factor is their previous experience with human and with other cats. Okay, so the third thing I want to share is this one is like what I didn't know, but after talking to a lot of friends and looking at YouTube and blogs and stuff, is okay, if a stray cat actually follow you home, what do you do? Okay, so if you have a stray cat and you don't know where this cat has been, and if you have other pets in the house, so the best bet is actually quarantine this cat in a single room. So I know like maybe if you live in New York and maybe you only have one room, so you actually have to quarantine this cat in your bathroom. So try to isolate this cat as much as possible, just in case the cat carries fleas, worms, tapeworms, or other diseases. So you want to make sure this cat is not in your bed, it's not like all around, not in your carpet, because you want to make sure there's no flea, there's no any. Try to see if you can actually give this cat a bath. This step is actually, so now I have two cats. I have two completely different experience. When we first adopted Simba, he was very aggressive. He hissed at me, he hissed at my husband. Even though he was appreciative with food and stuff, he rooms the house, he doesn't like me to touch him at all. For the first 3 months of adopting Simba cat, I couldn't touch him at all. So how I carry Simba to the vet is very tricky. So I had my carrier, I put food in the carrier, I tricked Simba. As soon as Simba got into the carrier, I immediately closed the door and boom, there we go. And Simba was very aggressive, and for the longest time, I could not touch him. I can't even pet him. So, and he's my own cat. So of course, I cannot give Simba a shower. That's like asking for bloodiness, right? So Simba's very aggressive, so I definitely didn't do anything. So what I did was I called in, make appointment with a vet, and I asked them if they offered bathing services, and they said they may actually put your cat to sleep if it's too aggressive. So you can actually make these arrangements to the vet and then ask the vet to check everything. Tell the vet this is a stray cat. We don't know like if he has fleas or tapeworms and other diseases from the outdoors. So make sure the vet checks for everything and make sure that they can give him or her the shots and everything. And then you can, you know, book the spa or book the shower or bath, because you know if the cat was outdoors, probably not. So Simba actually didn't give me a good experience because Simba is a mean cat. So mean cat, like I couldn't do a lot of the things, versus this one is very different. This one, as you can tell, she's not mean at all, at all. So with Nala, like we took her to the vet the second day. We also washed like a lot of like the things to make sure like the things she has touched was completely clean. And yes. But after going to the vet, my husband said this particular animal hospital, they don't offer the shower or bath services. So they can offer you certain things. They can offer you like the specific shower gel to clean the cat. They said cat clean themselves, but like the cat was outdoors previously, I would love to clean them, of course. So you can use the specific like anti-flea or antibacterial, like certain things specific for cats. But our friend also introduced us the Dawn dishwash soap. So for this particular soap, Dawn, it's actually to wash your dishes, but it's also, it kills the fleas for some reason. So I was a little bit nervous when I was ready to give her a bath. So what I did was I put her in a bathtub. I had warm water, pretty shallow, just like around to her knees area, and then I opened the faucet and then just rinsed her after the soapies. She didn't like the bath, but she never scratched me, she never bit me. Like she didn't like it. She was trying to get out of it, but she didn't really. It was an easy easy. There's water everywhere, but it was easy. I wasn't scared. I'm not scared as Nala and Simba. Like, I'm actually legit scared by Simba. Giving her a shower, make sure you use a towel to really completely dry her. So wrap around this towel all around the cat to make sure the cat is completely dry, because the cat can catch a cold, it will kill them and everything, to decide how to introduce the two cats. So I watched several videos, so it comes in 3 phases to introduce the scent. They're not comfortable with each other's scent. They're not ready to be together. So first, to make sure that they are familiar with each other's scent, they don't get angry when they smell each other. The second is to allow them to make somewhat eye contact, but have a barrier in between them. Once they are super comfortable with each other, just completely ignore each other, you can introduce them together. But I've heard a lot of successful stories from my friends. I've also heard a lot of failed stories from my friends. So I don't know, at the end of the day, it really depends on the cat, because you really can't force them to do anything. So eventually, if it doesn't work out, we may actually have to quarantine this one permanently. That's in our plan right now. What I'm worried is about Simba, who's very aggressive. But this cat, I think she can deal well with like other animals. She listens to my directions. When I told her not to do something, she will disengage, which is very, very good. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, come here, Nala. So yeah, welcome to the family, Nala. If you've been following my channel, you see I have orange ginger cat, and now I have a Siamese, which is an Asian breed. And she is still very skinny. I hope her coat, her fur will start to pick up to be healthier. And she's still like very weak. When she jumps, you can tell like she's very weak. She's probably very malnourished for the past like probably months. I'll keep you guys updated. But it's just the most rewarding thing to rescue a cat. Like, you can see a huge difference with Simba, so I hope to see a huge difference with Nala too, and definitely will bring her to be neutered. Hey, she's so curious about the camera. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Just a really quick up and things I learned throughout this like rescue process, and it's just super rewarding to see the changes. And Nala is just such a sweet girl. I would hate for her to be on the street and then be so malnourished, and she probably can't survive because she's not really a feral cat. Yes, you can tell she's like super socialized. So yeah, I'm so glad to be part of her. I hope they will slowly get used to each other. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you're also interacting with some stray cats, they show interest in you, and if you don't know what to do, and I actually have a series of how I found Simba, we adopted Simba, and the process and things I wish I knew before adopting a rescue stray cat. So I hope these videos can help you out. I'll link them down below in the description box and then in the end screen. And thank you so much. Pray for us so the cats can get along. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I'll see you next one. Bye. Adios. Meow meow.